What's up, everybody? Blake here, and this is Rambling Movie Takes. I hope you're having a great day, great night, wherever you are in the world. I wish I was having a better morning. All right, so last night, well, I guess I am having a pretty good morning, but last night I went to see a little movie called Trap. It's a new M. Night Shyamalan, however you say his name, movie starring Josh Hartnett. And I don't believe this is a spoiler because I think it was revealed in the trailer that Josh Hartnett is, the killer in this movie. This movie is all from his perspective. He plays a character named Cooper that takes his daughter to this concert, to this pop concert, this Lady Raven concert, who is apparently this universe's, this world's Taylor Swift. And he finds out when he goes to the concert that it's essentially a trap for him. Of course, the police and the FBI, whatever, they don't know that it's him, but he knows it's him. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, so a good chunk of the movie, like 75% of the movie, 80% of the movie, takes place at a concert, at this Lady Raven concert. It's Josh Hartnett, it's his daughter, Riley. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was not digging this movie. Throughout the first 80% of it, whatever, like, I was not feeling it. The music just did not work for me. It reminded me of when I went to see, and look, it wasn't my choice. It was not my choice. Let me make this clear. It was not my choice, but it reminded me of when I went to see the Taylor Swift movie with, a girl I was seeing. And that was just not for me. Like, there's an audience for that, but I am not the audience for it. And I'm not going to sit here and say that the singer in this movie, which is actually M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, I can't remember her name, but she's this Taylor Swift-esque character, and she does all the singing. She wrote all of her songs, she composed them apparently. Obviously very talented, and there's clearly, definitely an audience for that music, for sure. But it's not for me. It is absolutely not. It's absolutely not for me. And I just found myself just, I guess, feeling kind of annoyed. I don't know, man. Like, I was just trying to put that aside so that I could try to enjoy the rest of the movie. And I will say this: Josh Hartnett is great in this movie. Like, this will be probably the only positive that I really have. Josh Hartnett was great. It's great to see him back, and his performance was deserving of a better movie than what M. Night Shyamalan is capable of putting together. Look, I'm not an M. Night Shyamalan fan. I don't like many of his movies at all. There's maybe a handful that I think are pretty good, but none of them that I'm like, oh my god, like, this is a must see movie. This is amazing. This is a movie that's gonna transcend film or whatever. Like, he don't have anything like that. Not for me. I know a lot of you will point to Signs and say, well, he did Signs. I mean, that's probably the best movie he ever made. And that was early on in his career when he hadn't really, I don't know, like after directors have been around for a while, I think they can kind of convince studios to let them do whatever they want to do. Back then, I think he was reined in, and nowadays he's not reined in at all. And this movie really does seem like a showcase of his daughter and her singing abilities, her performing abilities, and like he's trying to tell, like real Hollywood execs or or record labels, hey, look at my daughter, let's get her, let's get her career going, whatever. I don't know, probably not, but that's how it seems. She's definitely not a great actress. This was her first movie, I think. So I do want to I do want to give her some grace with that, but just not a strong performance at all. And I do want to point this out. Josh Hartnett's character's daughter, Riley, played by, damn it, I can't remember her name. I'll put her name in the damn it, what was her fucking name? Anyways, she was great. I liked her, a child actor. So I mean, not gonna be like super great, but she was definitely serviceable, and didn't take me out of the movie. It was really just how slow this movie is. It's a very slow movie, and it's a very character driven movie. You're following Josh Hartnett. You're following his daughter. I mean, well, you're following Cooper, played by Josh Hartnett. You're playing his daughter. I mean, you're following his daughter Riley. You're following this whole experience at the theater or at the concert, and Josh Hartnett. Damn it, I keep calling. And Cooper trying to, find his way out of, the venue, so that he doesn't get caught. But it's interesting, I guess, in some respects, but I just found myself getting really bored. And another thing is that this movie is full of unrealistic scenarios, and I won't get into spoilers, but it is full of unrealistic scenarios that would never happen. And I was baffled by some of the directions they went in with this movie, because I was like, that would never happen. This pop star would never do this. She would never do it. She would never do this. She would never put herself in this kind of danger. Never. And the ending, and I guess that might have been kind of a spoiler, and I'm sorry, but I'm not getting into like too much detail there. There's still a lot you don't know, and I also want to say too, the third act of this movie, which I feel like is supposed to be like the like what you come to see this movie for, when everything breaks down, everything goes crazy. That doesn't happen. Not really. I mean, it kind of does in a way, but not really. And ultimately, this is just a frustrating, or it was just a frustrating movie-going experience. And I did go see, like I said, I think I said this. I went to see a 10 o'clock showing of this movie. I drove like 30 minutes, to go to the theater, and I was bored. I've been having a rough week, so I've been a little restless. So I was like, I'm gonna see a movie. I've been wanting to see this one for a long time, so whatever. And maybe that's part of it. Like, maybe mentally I'm just not 100% there right now. But at the same time, at the same time, I feel like I'm there enough to know if this is a good movie or not. And it's not a good movie, guys. It's just not a good movie. The third act, again, going back to it, my biggest issue with it is the fact that it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It doesn't seem like it wants to stop. It just keeps wanting to throw for twists and turns. But at a certain point, I'm checked out and I'm over it and I'm ready for this fucking movie to be over. Like, I got shit to do. Like, sleep. Like, this movie actually made me want to sleep. Something I haven't wanted to do all week. I don't want to get into all that. But this movie, it just isn't good. And I wish it was. Josh Hartnett deserves a lot better than this movie. His performance deserves a lot better than this movie. I'm disappointed. I was really looking forward to it. I was really hoping that this was going to be like a comeback for M. Night Shyamalan, who has not really put out a good movie in a long time, in my opinion. And I think most people would agree with me. I know he has his fans, I know he has his audience, but yeah, I think the masses would agree that he has definitely went off the reservation, in terms of filmmaking. Like he's not the filmmaker he was back in the 90s and early 2000s. Even then, there were signs. If you give this man too much control, if you give him too much leeway, he's going to disappoint you. He's going to go a little too crazy, and he's going to disappoint you. But anyways, guys, I mean, I don't want this thing to go on forever, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just say, it's a 4 out of 10 movie for me. I look, it's watchable. It's a watchable movie because of Josh Hartnett, and only because of Josh Hartnett. He is the only reason this movie was even somewhat bearable, because his performance, which is a great multi-layered performance, where he goes from being like this, great all-American dad, to being like this deranged serial killer. It's a great performance. It truly is. And again, deserving of a better movie. But 4 out of 10, I think that's, 4 out of 10. That seems fair. I just didn't care for this movie, guys. I just didn't care for it. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Blake. And this has been Rambling Movie Takes.